This question comes up quite frequently. Is opening a marriage an answer to a dead bedroom? And, or is it the best answer to a dead bedroom? And my response to that would be, it may be. That said, there are a lot of things that probably need to happen before you say, well, we have a dead bedroom, I just need to open up. The first thing to understand is that a dead bedroom can exist, and it can mean there's a relationship problem apart from the sexual issue, or not. Some people wrongly claim if you just fix all your relationship problems and you love one another and there's no secrets and everybody's happy, you will automatically have sexual desire for each other. And the research just unfortunately doesn't bear that out. There are a lot of things that go into sexual desire, and in fact, sometimes too much closeness and intimacy can actually, in other ways, can actually reduce sexual desire. But then again, of course, having problems and stress also reduces sexual desire. So there's just so many things that can go in to two people having a long-term relationship that includes sexual desire for each other. Um, it also requires you to understand that you can't blame your spouse or blame you necessarily. Now, obviously, if somebody's doing something that's hurting the relationship, that's willfully damaging the relationship, then you got to figure out how to make those changes so that that doesn't happen. But it is quite possible that two people can be very much in love, very much trying, and still not have a sexual compatibility in the bedroom. And that's just unfortunate that sometimes people can't see that and they jump right to blame, either blaming themselves. It's my fault, somebody's wrong with me that I don't want to have sex with this person, or I blame them, they don't want to have sex with me. So instead we have to say, that it could be nobody's fault. And then we have to go on and move towards solutions, right? So that takes being honest with yourself about what you want and being honest with your partner, right? So that might include discussions that explain how much you love your partner, how much you want to be with your partner, how much you're not trying to end a relationship, but at the same time you're very frustrated that you want to have a sexual relationship with them, or you don't want to have a sexual relationship with them, but you want to have sex as part of your life. And then there's discussions that move on after that. Sometimes those discussions can move toward the idea of opening up, or they may not. Sometimes those discussions might move toward the idea of ending a relationship. Um, what's important is that you be honest about all of these issues and that the emotions don't take over this conversation, meaning the emotions of the moment, right? So your partner comes to you and says, I want to open the marriage. You're going to have a lot of emotions. You're going to feel inadequate. You're going to feel like a failure. You're going to feel they don't love you. Who knows? You might have lots of feelings that result from this. Um, and when you're in the moment of expressing what you want with your partner, your emotions may take over. So this is the type of conversation that is often best under the guidance of therapy. Not only personal therapy to understand what you want and what problems you're working for and what possible solutions you want, your partner having therapy to understand their own wants and desires separate from yours, and then a discussion about how that relationship can move forward or maybe not move forward. There are answers that include things like saying, my partner doesn't want an open relationship, I do. Sex is just going to be something that I enjoy alone, but not with other people now because my partner doesn't want to have sex with me. That's a valid relationship, even though you're not fulfilled sexually. That's an answer. It might be opening your marriage, right, where one partner says, I don't want to have sex with you anymore, but I am just not sexually interested in you that way. But I am interested in other people, and then you move that way. Or it may be that you open your marriage, and then as a result, you regain your sexual interest in one another. And then, so there are a lot of possible outcomes. The important steps are that you recognize that no one may be to blame, including yourself, that you recognize what you want, that you're honest about how you feel about your partner in all ways, that you don't let the frustration of sex overshadow the fact that you may love them in other ways, that you may still want to be with them, that you may absolutely value them, that you don't think this is necessarily a curable problem. Not all problems are curable. Um, and then that you think about your options and move forward. And those options might include ending the relationship. They might include changing the terms of the relationship to be open. They might include various types of therapy that lead back to sexual intimacy with the two of you. So my answer then is, could opening the relationship be one of the answers to a dead bedroom? It could be one of the answers. It's not the only answer. And even if you do open up, you have a lot of work to do in your relationship to make sure that you still feel strong and secure and loved, and not feel somehow less than, or somehow unworthy, or somehow to blame for your relationship going in a different direction than you originally expected.